As a good teacher, you want to see the growth of your students. This program was great because at each and every student in this program, you could see development and growth. Actually, I think it's not important to evaluate this program only by the students' growth. Let the artifacts speak for themselves. Now we have the product, now we see what it is, and I'm very proud and very happy of what we achieved.
I'm Chuck Rotundo. I'm the Regional Technical Director for Region 1 for the Concrete Masonry Checkoff. We have the country divided into 5 regions, so my region spans from Maine down to West Virginia. In this particular case, Glenwood Mason Supply reached out, submitted an application to help with funding for this competition. From start to finish, it takes months to get funding from us. So to be here today is really exciting because today's the culmination of a lot of hard work on the part of Glenwood and the school and obviously the students. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be invited.
Both designs were outstanding, I thought. I thought they showed a lot of creativity, and I thought it was great for the kids to get out into the field and work with us, hands-on. It's nice to see them bring their designs from the classroom out onto a job site, and I don't know how many times in their careers they're ever going to see anything like that again, if at all again. I think it was invaluable for them in their careers going forward to have been a construction worker for a couple of days and to know what it's like after they design something to pass it off to somebody to have it constructed. Both designs were beautiful after they were constructed. I really like the way they look.
My role, I was asked to be a judge. So I was here during the part when they nailed down, we reviewed there was 14 different projects, and they was basically narrowed, whittled down to 4, and then 2 were actually built. What was really cool about the process was that the students saw their implementation of their design, and they actually participated in the construction. So they actually got to see the limitations of the material that they were building with, which was basically concrete block and concrete brick.
The competition just came through John Basinski, and I met him and he asked me to come over. I was over here a few months ago with him, and we looked at the earlier projects with the architects, and they had numerous designs, and they were in the process of narrowing it down to the 2 that they finally picked outside.
Let the artifacts speak for themselves also means there is like a certain language that is spoken in construction and design. To let the masons, the architects, the contractors, the unions come together means that we learn to speak the same language. There's so much misunderstanding. Our students start studying architecture because they think they are just the great idea generator, but a lot of stuff is related to the nitty-gritty of construction.
These students had an idea, which it doesn't really matter how it turned out. What's really important is that they had a design in their mind, they transposed that onto paper, and then it was implemented out in the field. So they have done something that very few people have done at the graduate level.
I can tell you, super proud of these students. It's one thing to learn how to design something on paper, but to actually participate in a hands-on competition like this, first and foremost, it takes a big commitment because it's a lot of time, and it takes a lot of patience because you're talking about a trade that I'm going to go out on a limb and say none of these kids have ever actually done before. So I give them a lot of credit for participating in something like this.
I believe this experience is very important to them because it gives them insight into an aspect of construction that they won't be intimate with. They may walk a job, but to actually spend the entire day and walk a mile in our shoes, people that do build the jobs, and to be us, not to be around us and not to watch us, but to actually be us, I believe can only do them well going forward to know what goes into the daily life on a construction site for a worker and what it actually takes to bring their designs to life. Having a deeper appreciation and understanding of masonry, and therefore going forward maybe drawing more masonry, and it could lead to more brick and block construction in the city because these future architects got their hands dirty and went and became a bricklayer for a day, and maybe it changed them and influenced them in a way that other architects wouldn't have the opportunity to be influenced.
And you could do anything in a classroom setting or an office setting with a pencil and a T-square. By bringing them out into the field, and exactly like the day they had here outside, where they ran out of mortar, they ran out of bricks, something didn't happen. The first day the sun was shining, the second day it was raining. There's no 2 days the same. There's always something in the way, one guy spilling the wheelbarrow, you know, things happen. I remember one time we were building these apartments, and the architect designed a massive, like a 12-foot stone sill. Very heavy to lift into place. With a pencil, it's not heavy. But when you have to lift it manually into place, and guys hurt their backs, and there's wear and tear on you in the game. So at least you get to see both sides, what's going on in the field.
Early on in my career, I planned an educational event for architects, and then they got a chance to lay some brick. One of the architects came up to me after the event and said, "I've been an architect for 30 years and I've never laid a brick before. I'm so glad that you put this event on." It's super important to me personally that we are providing help in terms of funding to put events like this together so that they're coming out with a lot of classroom experience, but also some hands-on experience.
None of the students will ever draw a line the same way they did it before. Before, they thought of the line as an abstract device. After having gone through the experience of being masons themselves, or pro forma masons, they think of their experience while drawing the line. So the activity is the same, but the thinking is different. I'm so proud of what is there, what is standing down there. It is materialized, it exists. Usually it's all on paper. What we produce is on paper at this time of the year, at the end of the semester. That paper is discarded and the next pipe dream comes up in the next semester. This one is not a pipe dream. This exists, this is there, this can be touched, this can be experienced by not just by the students that we had in our class, but by the entire campus community.